Hello BookTube, welcome to another Friday Reads video. I just got back from visiting my mom, spent most of the early part of the day there. At that time it was raining and kind of gloomy, and when I left this was waiting for me, so I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna go outside, do some reading, and then I thought, oh, it's Friday, I should come on here and do a video for you. So here we are. I'm gonna do a quick video and then kind of enjoy some of this sunshine and the bird song. I love the bird song. Anyway, first off, I want to talk about a book that I had finished that I didn't get around to talking about yet. That's The Book Eaters by Sun Yi Dean. This is one of those Illumicrate books that I had gotten. Cool design. It's an even a signed edition. I just happened to come in for sale at work, and I just really loved it. I was really intrigued by it. The Book Eaters. It sounded really, really interesting. And it's about these families of book eaters. They actually consume books. They don't read them, they consume them and absorb the knowledge. So if they want to learn a language, they can eat a foreign dictionary and they'll learn that language. It seems like children are very rare. Fewer and fewer births have been occurring, and it's mostly because there are fewer and fewer women being born, females being born. And so they're kind of a bit of a commodity in a way. Their lives aren't really their own, and their lot in life is pretty much to get married, have a child, move on to a new husband, have another child, and it's really pretty much a horrible life for them. And our main character, Devon Fairweather, has always been fed on a diet of fairy tales. Like everything is going to be a fairy tale for her. That's how she's brought up to believe this and everything, until she ends up getting married, having her first child, and realizing she's going to be separated from this child and won't be part of her life as she grows up, and that's just devastating. She's a mom. She's attached. She's doesn't want to be separated from her, and we see this throughout. You know, in terms of other women in her life that she's encountered, even with her own mom. She's been, you know, raised by her father and along with her brother, and just never known you know, an adult female in her life as a mom. And now she's put in this horrible situation. We kind of come across her when she's had her second child, Kai, who is one of the rarer births. He happens to be a mind eater, so he doesn't consume books for nourishment or to sustain him. It's the minds of people, and that's kind of dangerous. These mind eaters in the various families have been kind of shuffled off to become what they call dragons, and they are the ones, along with the knights, that kind of control them. They are used to kind of enforce the rules of the families in terms of the marriages that take place and the separations of the moms and things like that. And so Kai is destined for also not a very great life, and she's desperate to not let that happen or not have him separated from her after what she went through with her first child. So it was a really unique book in terms of this whole consumption of books for knowledge and things. It gets a bit brutal in terms of the way or what happens to the minds of the people that have been consumed, and how what she's forced to do to keep her son alive. It's sort of like the lesser of two evils, but I mean, in her mind, she's doing, you know, she's trying to protect him, but at a great cost, you know, in terms of morality and things like that, as to what she's doing to these people. When they consume a mind, it's interesting how it affects that person as well. So when Kai consumes something, or somebody, or rather their mind, there's no physical appearance or damage to that person. It's just more mental. They kind of almost become, in a way, slightly catatonic, or they lose everything, their personality wise, and that's sort of consumed by Kai in this case that we see. He takes on that personality, that person's knowledge, whatever they've consumed, he's now consumed. If they happen to be a book eater or something like that, or if just a regular human, any of their knowledge is kind of taken in by him. But during this course, she's sort of on the run with him, and in search of another group of families called the Ravenscars. They hold the key to kind of her son's salvation. They have some kind of a drug or whatever it is that they have created that can satisfy the hunger of mind eaters, so that they don't have to consume minds. And that would be her son's salvation and her own, in a way. So she's out to try and find these Ravenscars families who've kind of like vanished all of a sudden. And there's a lot of hidden agendas going on within the book, and along with her brother, and the things that have happened with her, and the reason she's escaped. And it was just really, really intriguing plot. At times I found it a little bit disturbing and frustrating in terms of the role women have within the story, within these society. But it was also a very fascinating book, just very unique, and I really enjoyed it. So I just wanted to touch base on that one really quick. In terms of what I'm currently reading now, I think I mentioned one of these already. Turn on my little iPad here. That was the C.E. Rose's The House of Hidden Secrets. That's just the cover. I didn't get a chance to show you last time. And this is a psychological thriller. It's described as a twisty psychological thriller that will have you gripped. I'm about 50% in so far, and it feels more like literary fiction in terms of we're following our main character, Serena, and her 4-year-old daughter, Lena. They have been she has been recently hired as a housekeeper to an older widower who has, I think he's like fractured a hip or something, so he's getting around in crutches and he kind of needs assistance. He does have 2 sons who kind of check in on him from time to time. One is a younger son named Hugh. I get the impression he's sort of on maybe an Asperger's or autistic syndrome spectrum. And then there's the older brother, Jack. He's actually in law. I think he's a judge or something like that. But it takes place in like northern England. And Serena's come to this situation with secrets of her own, but she's also kind of walked into some secrets. And they're slowly unfolding, but it really felt more about her past and what she'd been through and why she's sort of like kind of left with her daughter, what's happened in a previous relationship. Then there's also Jack, the oldest son, who apparently had a woman in his life, and then there's the gentleman that she's taking care of. He's a widower, and the circumstances behind his wife's passing. There's all these sort of little hidden secrets that are just starting to creep up now, but it just felt really at first like just her kind of getting used to this new situation and moving in, and Jack didn't really respond to her or her being there very favorably at first, was not happy about it. Hugh seemed to take to her and becomes friends with her pretty quickly, but things in some situations that we're kind of encountering now, it seems to like moving a little too fast. But then the hidden secrets are really, really hidden still, So I'm kind of like halfway through it, like I said, and still waiting for it to kind of turn more into like, oh, things starting to be revealed, and now realizing there's a lot more going on than meets the surface, So I haven't reached that point yet. And for my audiobook, I'm listening to another kind of similar title. This is The House of Hidden Secrets, right? My audiobook is The House at Phantom Park, and this is by Graham Masterton. This one takes place also in England, and it's at a abandoned military hospital, St. Philomena's, and it's being turned into a luxury hotel. And there's a group of people there that are kind of like doing measurements and evaluating, the property and things like that. And one of the main characters, Alex, when he's there, he starts, experiencing weird things, ghostly things, or something paranormal going on. And all of a sudden, he's gripped by this enormous, non-stop physical pain, and we haven't yet determined what's causing this pain. He seems to now think he's somebody else, and they've contacted this doctor who he claims has saved his life previously, but the doctor has no idea who this person is, because this is not, he never knew this guy named Alex, right? But Alex claims he's somebody else, and we don't know why. And I was kind of just now looking at some of the reviews for it. Doesn't sound like it's super great, but I'm going to reserve judgment until I kind of move along with it. I'm only just really getting started on it, so I haven't gotten too far into it, but we'll see. Just kind of funny that I happen to pick 2 books that are The House of or The House at or whatever, but like I said, one's a horror novel, one's a psychological thriller, so I don't like to do 2 of the same genres, which I think I did recently, and that was a bit confusing, so at least I got 2 separate genres. So, like I said, it's beautiful out here right now. I'm just going to sit down. I got my Kindle here, and I'm going to dive into The House of Hidden Secrets. And, I hope you guys are reading something really good this Friday. Get out, enjoy this weather, while you can, before it's either too hot or snowing or whatever comes next. Enjoy it, listen to the bird song, and do a little self-care for yourself. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.